So if you would like to have your marriage ceremony at City Hall, although it's really the marriage bureaus of New York City, this video is for you. Now, if you haven't already seen it, you should go back and watch my video on getting a license, because you cannot get married without a license. So you must have received your license up to 60 days or 24 hours before the time you wish to marry. And yes, they are very strict about that at the marriage bureau. They will not let you in unless it's been 24 hours since you got that license. So make sure you get the license, make sure you understand the process for that. Check out that other video and let me know if you have any questions. So we're gonna focus now on the ceremony. So for some people, if you live in New York City, you very well might be getting your license and your ceremony appointment on different weeks. But for people who are traveling from another destination, you're only going to be in New York City or state for like a week. You're probably going to book your license appointment, and then you're going to immediately book your ceremony appointment right after using the number on your license. They won't let you book a ceremony until they know you have either the license in hand or an appointment. You don't need the physical license. That's important to note. You can arrive in New York City, you can get your license on Monday, and then you can get married Tuesday, 24 hours later, or Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So you have options, right? So you definitely need to make sure that you plan time to get that license, and then that you book your ceremony appointment for best choice as soon as it's available. So when can you book a ceremony appointment? So roughly 3 weeks in advance. All of the calendars are opened up 3 weeks plus however many days in advance. So if you're getting married on a Monday, it's exactly 3 weeks, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, that those appointments will be released. But if it's the Tuesday, Wednesday, there's going to be 3 weeks plus a few days. So I have a whole calendar and a whole page actually that explains this process, as well as some other videos where I actually show you the process inside of City Hall, so you can get a better sense of what it's like. But essentially, you go into Project Cupid and you make your ceremony appointment 24 hours after, at a bare minimum, that you will have received your license. It only costs $25. The appointments are going to be available Monday through Friday from 9 o'clock to I think it's 3:30, 3:15. Those last appointments go very quickly. So I usually don't really see them, in the calendar, because they go fast. Also note that they take a lunch break between 12 and 1. So if you book a 1 o'clock appointment, there will be a line to get in. Not that that's really a problem. Usually by 1:15, the line is gone, but I always tell my couples, book later, book 1:30. We can arrive at 1:15 and we'll go in and not have to spend as much time in line, or just book a little bit later so you know that cash is cleared out of people, because everybody has to go through security. All right. So just to recap, you've got your license physically printed out with you. Okay. You need that license. You need at least one witness over the age of 18 that has ID. You can have two, but you need at least one. And you recently started asking for the confirmation email showing your ceremony appointment. So you want to have these things with you when you approach the building. You can enter. I'm thinking of Manhattan Marriage Bureau. There's Brooklyn, Staten Island. There's 5 of them. Each borough has a bureau in New York City. But in my mind, I'm going through the steps at Manhattan. It's similar in all the locations that I've been to as well. Anyway, so you come in. They want to know that you have your IDs, your license, your whatever money you're going to pay the $25 with, that you have your witness, and that they may require this confirmation email. And because they're still limiting the amount of people who can enter at one time, so that's 4 adults, a few children, the couple, so 6 people, usually max in each group, it doesn't get very crowded in there, which is really nice. And then they'll let you in, you go through security, you go up to the first little desk, and they want to make sure you have the license, and that they double check the IDs, and they also check the time. And if you're early, they'll be like, nope, you're gonna have to wait. You're gonna have to wait. That 24 hours has got to happen. So, okay. So then if everything's great, then they give you a little number, and they give you back your documents, and you walk in and wait. It's like a hurry up and wait sort of process. You get in there and then you just have to go look around. Sometimes the audio is working, but it's hard to hear. So I recommend going all the way to as close to the main middle section. This is of course Manhattan. Brooklyn's smaller, and I honestly haven't been to the other bureaus, but I imagine Manhattan's the biggest one. So you want to kind of go towards Station 5 area so you can hear and see on the monitors when they're calling you. And if you've been there for your license appointment, you would already know. So that's one of the benefits of going there for the license in person, is that you get a chance to see what it looks like and kind of get to see the experience. So if you're getting married there, your ticket's going to say C plus whatever number, and then they run through in order. So even if your appointment was later, it doesn't matter. Once you're in, and they just go first come, first served after that point. So these days, it's been taking most of my couples anywhere from 30 minutes to maybe 45 minutes to complete this whole process. You could be waiting for just a few minutes before they call your number, but you can definitely check the screen or listen to them and see how many people are ahead of you. If there's a couple of people, you can take time to do some photos. They have like a faux backdrop of the actual City Hall building, which is, a few minutes away in Manhattan. Brooklyn doesn't have the backdrop to the best of my knowledge, but anyway, so you could take some photos, just chill out on the couches for a little while, and then they're going to call you up for payment, essentially. They will ask you to pay the $25 first, which I know you can pay with, with a credit card. And they will also then have you and your spouse sign the license, and your witness or witnesses will do that. They'll have to present their IDs. They have to be 18 again, but you just need one. But if you have two, that's fine. The witnesses sign their names, print their name and their address. Okay, so then once you've paid, they take that license from you, and they're going to hand it over to whatever clerk is doing the officiating to produce your certificate. And you're going to wait again for a few minutes, and there's like a little area called the inner sanctum, and there's usually a couple people waiting there. There's like a green couch, and once the clerk is ready for you, they'll call you by your names. So, Larry and John or Susie and whoever, and they'll call you into the room, and the ceremony will be performed. It's really brief. It's about 2 minutes. You can exchange rings. You cannot do vows. And at the end of the ceremony, they will hand you your certificate, which is really great. Because otherwise, if you go through an officiant outside of City Hall or anywhere else, you'll probably wait 4 to 6 weeks. So for some people, going to have their ceremony at City Hall is incredibly important to get that document. In any case, it doesn't take that long, but if you really need that document, or if you're coming from out of the country and you need that document in hand so you can then turn around really quickly, make another records appointment, and get a longer form version, the extended certificate, so that you can maybe get an apostille to bring back to your home country to have your marriage recognized. It might be more beneficial for you to get married at the marriage bureau so you have that document right away. But for most people, it may not matter, and they just want to go for the whole experience. I mean, it's a kind of a thing. It's bureaucratic. It's a little Art Deco, but it's very iconic, and it can be really fun. A really fun experience. There is just some tidbits. There is a gift shop. They have some really cute souvenirs, if you will. They have like a folder you can put your certificate in. They've got umbrellas, which we needed one time. So you can get your City of New York Marriage Bureau swag there. They have like magnets. They actually rent flowers too. I've never seen anybody do that. There used to be a guy selling them out front, and actually I think, yeah, I would just bring them flowers. But anyway, they do have that. There are restrooms, which is, I think, important to note. Certainly not the nicest, but it is nice that there are restrooms. You can take pictures on some of the couches and just around that area. In any case, you have to exit then at the opposite end of the building. So that's important to note. If, say, your family and friends couldn't go in with you for numbers reasons or whatnot, that they would actually be exiting closer to Baxter Street. So Worth and Center is where you enter. Baxter Street and Center, or is it Worth? Worth. On the opposite of the building, there is another set of stairs, and that's where you exit. They will, if they don't see confetti on the ground, they're probably in the wrong place. Anyway, there's a security guard that waits there, so you cannot hold the door open, but we usually arrange an exit of some kind, even if the couple is inside and I'm not there due to space reasons. You can text us and let us know when you're about to come out, and we will be ready to welcome you with confetti or just at least cheering as you exit the building. That is basically the process for getting married at the New York City Marriage Bureau, very much focused on Manhattan, but again, you have options in other parts of the city as well. But of course, Manhattan, you're close to a lot of great photo locations, which you can then go off to. There's even a wedding garden outside.